Hey. So I am Coach D. Welcome to Enhancing Your Finances YouTube page. I am Coach D and I'm a budget coach, and I help ambitious adults create a financial plan to reach and exceed their financial goals. So that is what I do. What you can expect from me is a weekly live. Every week I have a segment that is called Talk Tuesday. So every week you can look forward to that at 6 p.m. Eastern. It'll be live right here on YouTube. I also have an Instagram page where I'm also listed as Enhancing Your Finances, and that's where I came from. So that's where I have my lives every week prior to here. So I'm not new to live, but I am new to YouTube. I'm happy to be here, and I look forward to meeting you all, every week. So let's get into it. Let's talk about budget. What is a budget? It's a financial plan that is usually between 6 to 12 months long. It consists of your income and your expenses. So today we're just going to start off with the basics, and then I'll meet you next week at same place right here on YouTube live for Talk Tuesday, where we'll go deeper. Each week we'll go over different topics. I will add something below where you can actually put in if there were certain things you want to hear about, some certain things you want to learn about, and I'll just pick from topics to share each week. So what is a budget? It is the financial plan. It includes your income and expenses. We're going to go over those numbers today because it's important for us to know those numbers when we're creating our budget, because we want our budget to be perfect for us. Now, budgets don't always start out well. They start off, sometimes they can be really hard. And that's another problem that we deal with when we have budgets that are hard for us to deal with, and we kind of give up on them because they were hard, but sometimes it's because we don't really have the accurate numbers. So when we're getting our income for our budget, we need to keep in mind that we have our job income or our employed or our W-2 income, which can vary. Sometimes we're paid every week or every 2 weeks, and some people's income is the same every single week to the penny, or maybe 1 penny different. Some people's income fluctuates based on overtime or based on time off. Maybe they were sick or things like that, took a vacation, and that can vary the income. So when you have situations like that, you have to be mindful of that. And then sometimes we do not check our pay stub and we think that we made a certain amount, maybe just for sake of numbers, $2,000. But we didn't know that our insurance increased, our premium increased, our union dues increased. Different things can happen which can affect your paycheck. But if you're not looking at it and you don't know the exact amount you're bringing home, or maybe you know the exact amount you're bringing home, but it changes and you didn't look at it because you were used to a certain amount. So things like that will throw off our budget because we don't check it. We just know from in our mind what we remembered it to be. So it's important for you to take your pay stubs, review your pay stubs, and write those numbers down. If it's something that fluctuates, you want to adjust, you want to, make a calculation with those numbers too. And I would highly, highly suggest that you would use the lower number, like say maybe your paycheck could be 2,000 sometimes and 2,500 sometimes. I will go based on the 2,500 because that way, if there is extra money, then that's a bonus for you and you can do other things for it, maybe add it to your savings or pay off extra debt. But to be based on the 2,500 and then you get a $2,000 check, that would be a big problem for you. So another number that's important for our budget is our expenses. So we need to keep in mind the things that we like to do and enjoy to do, because a lot of times when we have our budget and we're creating it and we're using expenses, we typically include our household expenses. We include our rent or mortgage, our water bill, our electric bill, and things like that. But we don't put in there things like going out to eat. We don't put in there taking a vacation. We don't put in there date night. We don't put in things like that because in our mind, we think the budget is just strictly for house expenses. And that's another thing that causes us to hate our budget because it's so strict. It has no fun. But a lot of people's budgets do not have fun in it because they don't include the fun in their budget. So I encourage all of my clients to add the fun into the budget. And I encourage you to do that as well. And when I work with people, we make sure to always add in fun things in our budget. Maybe we can't do it as often as we would like, but guess what? We're still going to do it. We're still going to get it in. So if I have to maybe I enjoy going to, which I truly do. I enjoy going to zoos or aquariums and things like that. So if I don't put that in my budget and then I want to go and then now I don't have any money left because I didn't put it into my budget. So I typically create budgets that are down to the penny where we actually put in things that we account for all of our money. So there's many different type of budgets, and what I'll do on a Talk Tuesday, I will discuss the different types of budgets. So I'll go over different types of budgets. I'm going to go over a lot because we're just getting started. I'm just happy that you're here, and I'm happy to be here. And I just ask that you just let me know things you want to learn about because I'm not going anywhere. So, next time we'll be live and you'll be able to actually put your questions in and I'll let them pop up on the screen and then I'll be able to respond to your questions in live time. And that's what I'm used to doing. So I definitely look forward to doing that next week and every Tuesday following, because again, we always have our Talk Tuesday. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe and share this video with anyone that you know can benefit, and look forward to new content every week at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. So those were the two numbers I wanted to share with you, which were your income and your expenses. But as a bonus, I'm going to give you another one, which is your debt. Your debt. We need to know our debt number. How much debt are we in? How much do we owe to each creditor? How long will it take us to pay those things off? Knowing those numbers help us to calculate and actually see our path to eliminating that debt. So what we want to do is learn our debt, actually look at it. Sometimes we're afraid of, we don't want to see it. We're like, I don't want to see, how much debt I truly have. But at the end of the day, we need to know what we have so we know how to work towards it, how to get to our end result, which is to get our balances down to zero. But, we'll get into things later, but, we want our debt to be zero. But in different instances, we want some debt for credit purposes, as far as, maybe we want to get some points or some rewards. But again, we'll talk about that later. See, as the first live, and I want to just go into everything. I'm not sticking to the plan. Let me back it up. All right. So we talked about knowing our debt number, and another number I have listed to share, which is our final number, is our savings rate. So another important number we should know is what percent is our savings increasing? And that's also important for us to know. Should I move my savings to a different account? Is my savings growing fast enough for me to actually see it grow? Or should I be putting it somewhere else where I can actually see the growth and see the benefit and truly enjoy, the savings that I'm building? So we'll get into that too. We'll talk about different types of savings accounts, and we're gonna cover it all. So just hang in there with me and join me next week for Talk Tuesday as we dive into a new topic. And I will post a live on here so you know in advance. So you'll be able to just set a reminder so you can join me. I look forward to you joining me on live on every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for our segment, which is Talk Tuesday, where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. And also, before I go, I would like to let you know that I am creating a community where we'll be holding each other accountable with our budget. So if you have a budget, the community will be perfect for you, because in that community, we're making sure that we're staying consistent. We're making sure we're updating our budget. We're not having the budget and not looking back at it. This community will not launch until next quarter. Depending on when you're seeing this video, the community might be open now. But at this current time, it's not open. I'm opening up an opportunity for several individuals to beta test the community for me and to actually just test out every aspect of the community. So if that's something you'll be interested in, there will be a link below for you to sign up. I'm going to have an interest meeting where we'll go over everything that's included in the community. So if you're seeing this video and you will be interested in joining the beta community with us, then just register below. If you are seeing this video and it's a little bit later down the line, then you can actually join the live community. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you next week at Talk Tuesday. Subscribe, and I will see you soon. Have a good one.